Hello, Cancer. Welcome back to New Hope Tarot, where we will be doing your reading. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across it, that is when you are meant to hear it. All right, Cancer. During the, oh, I like that. Nine of Cups and the Sun. Pretty. During the pre-shuffle, a lot came to me. The Protecting Treasure card came out, and in the Oracle deck, and what I got, what I heard, not what I got, what I heard was stingy. That's what I heard. Now, that's not necessarily a negative thing. It could be you may be being stingy with your time, like who you give your time to, because it feels like during this time there may be a lot happening that you kind of have to distinguish who you're giving your time to, your resources to. You're being stingy in some way, shape, or form, but again, not in a bad way, but in a way that is actually beneficial, okay? I also got, sorry, I'm just leaning over so I can read my notes. I also got, you are pouring into something, but maybe neglecting something else. You may have a home-based business, or work from home, and it also feels like your wealth is growing fairly quickly, whether it's your wealth or whatever resources mean to you. Doesn't necessarily have to be wealth. It could be, I don't know, maybe you're gaining knowledge on something, but for the majority of you, I feel like this is whatever your resources, either you're gaining more time, gaining more money, gaining more knowledge, but whatever that means for you, it's coming in quickly, and not just quickly like, yes, I was expecting it, quickly like, oh my gosh, like things are speeding up, this is fantastic, sort of a thing, okay? And then as far as imagery is concerned, Spirit showed me a tent. And a tent can symbolize a lot of different things. It could symbolize God's protection. So, maybe, you've been guided, heavily guided by God's hands in whatever it is you're doing. Maybe you're changing locations. Maybe you're getting a new location. A tent can also mean freedom, right? Freedom from being tethered to the, not the real world, that's what I was going to say, but the materialistic world. So like you're not being shackled down by other things. You're doing things for your freedom so that you have the freedom to enjoy life. It also means that the tense can also mean that there's a transition taking place. And it can also mean uncertainty. So wherever you are, whatever that looks like for you, put that into the context of your life. And that transition might be a little bit scary. Okay, let's take a look at your cards here. Three of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse, the Magician, Two of Swords in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands, and the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It looks like you have a decision here. This could also be a card of, you may be thinking of moving. I think, didn't I say something about that? Yeah, it looks like you're thinking about moving. I'm drawn to the twos, 2 here, 2 here, and then I saw the 1 and 1, so that's 2. Maybe 2 weeks, 2 months. Yeah, I'm seeing moving. You may have been out of, like you may have been, remember I said something about what did I say? You may have been putting your energy towards one thing, but you may have been ignoring something else. That could be, friends, family. You may have been focused on building something or doing something, whatever that something is, but you may have been ignoring connections. You may have also been so focused on one thing that, or a certain outcome, that maybe you're forgetting to celebrate the little things. Maybe you don't feel like you're moving forward. Maybe you feel like you're, halted, or, you're not growing as quickly, and that's not really what the 8 of Cups means, but that's what I'm getting here. I will get clarifiers for sure. With this Ace of Cups, you're dissatisfied with something. You have so much and you're creating so much, but you're dissatisfied with something. I'm confused here, Cancer. You've obviously have taken a clear decision and a clear step towards the thing that you want. But at the same time, there's indecision here. What the hell's going on? You're confident, yet you're growing, there's stuff happening, but there's indecision. I'm getting something with this 9 of Wands that I've never gotten before. You're doing so much. There's so much happening. There's, this is the wounded warrior sort of card, but it feels like you're about to drop something, or you're considering dropping something. But you're still thinking about it, whether you should or you should not drop something. Okay, I'm perplexed, Cancer. I don't know what the hell this is. Let's get a card for the Ace of Cups, please. Perhaps this is just so much, and perhaps you're just like, okay, well, maybe I'll give this to somebody else. Maybe you're thinking of expanding so that you don't have to carry so much work. Okay. And maybe, this is a home thing, and you're like, well, I can't take care of laundry and this and that and do this. Maybe I need to hire a babysitter, or I need to hire somebody to clean the house, or whatever this looks like for you. Okay. King of Pentacles. What? We're clarifying the Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh, okay. Your disappointment in the financial aspect of things. Okay, maybe you don't feel like you have enough funds. Okay, can I get a card for the Magician? No? Okay. Just so you know, it was the Devil card. Three of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Swords. Okay, you may be thinking about expansion, but maybe you feel like you can't right now. Like you want to. This is in your realm. This is what you're wanting, but maybe it feels like you think you can't currently. Why? Why do you feel like you can't currently? Let's get a clarifier here for this card, please. Why do you feel like you can't currently? Whoa, that's way too much. Page of Cups in reverse, 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups in reverse. I'm coming back to this dissatisfaction. And I'm seeing a cycle here. You're going back and forth. Dead, alive, dead, unalive, alive, unalive, alive. There's this, oh no, I can't. And then there's like, sure, I can if I do this, this, and this. But how do I create this, this, and this? It's like you don't know how to make this happen. Okay. That's why you don't feel like you can do it. You don't know how to do it. Okay, how do they do it? How do they do it? Let's help them out. How do they do it? King of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Swords. Okay, I heard wash, rinse, repeat. That's what I heard. Wash, rinse, repeat. Okay, don't get too big for your bridges. Just keep steady growth. Keep doing your thing. Just keep on the path. Just keep doing it over and over and over and over again. That's how you're going to get there. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, let's get clarification on the King of Swords. Clarification on the King of Swords, please. Six of Swords and the Four of Swords, both in reverse. You're not satisfied. It's like you can't rest. You can't enjoy yourself. Okay, you're always in your mind. You're constantly in your mind. That's why you don't have the clarity. Okay, because you're too in your head. You're mainly focused on the doing, that chilling out, which is probably what you're not paying attention to. Some of the things that you're not paying attention to, you're overly thinking about, okay, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And that you're not setting enough time for rest, for the enjoyment of the small things. that are occurring. And I believe I said something like that up here. I don't recall. All right, and a clarifier for the Queen of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Just keep your eye on the prize, but be steady about it. Okay, keep your eye on the prize, be steady about it, because things are going to take flight fairly quickly. So if you think that you're in your head now, imagine what it's going to be like once things start getting, because I'm seeing the pyramids, and actually that looks like the tent that I saw. There's movement happening. Like there's movement. You're in this transition phase. So I heard get a grip. If you don't get a grip right now, Cancer, this is going to be much harder. Okay, the rest will be much harder. Things will expand as they will expand naturally. I wouldn't worry too much about this. You get a grip. All right, get your rest. Enjoy the small moments because things are happening fast. And then a card for the Nine of Wands. Wow. Lovers in reverse. King of Wands and the Fool. What does this mean? The Lovers is a choice card, right? But it's in reverse. So, okay. Okay. They're saying don't make any choices at this time. Or maybe you're not making a choice at this time. Right now, it feels like you are observing before you decide which path you're going to choose. What obstacle, or not what obstacle, what options you have. Right now, it feels like you're analyzing the options that you have before you make a decision and go toward it. Okay. Advice here for Cancer. That's it. Okay. The Star in reverse and the King of Wands. With the Knight of Cups. No, this is a side message. Okay. Six of Wands. You have a victory for sure. I'm telling you, this is going to... You're going to be in the limelight. And I'm not saying like famous or anything, but I'm saying like whatever business this is, it's going to be reputable. Okay. That's the word I'm getting. Reputable. But before I get into the side message, let's put those upside down. Advice, we have the Star in reverse, King of Wands, and Knight of Wands. You got the King of Wands twice, here and here. And what I'm getting here as far as advice is concerned is that you need to take some time out to heal, to recover, to remember what truly matters, separate the self from ego, and remember to enjoy the little things. Give back to yourself. Give back to yourself. Give back to others that give to you. This is a friendly reminder to be gentle with yourself. You're not just a workhorse, right? It's not just about the drive. You also have to, in order to, for your drive to continue pushing, you also have to be gentle with yourself, right? What's this extra message here? Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Cups, Lovers in reverse, Queen of Cups. You have the Queen of Wands twice. You have it here and here. You have the Lovers in reverse here and here. What is this other message? Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you, Spirit. Enjoy life with pure enthusiasm. Don't worry about how the money's coming in. Just do the thing with pure joy, love, enthusiasm. Enjoy the small moments because time is going fast. I'm drawn to, can you see these cards, by the way? Hold on, let me put them over here. I'm gonna put these here since we already got those. And these here, I'm gonna put these over here. And these up here, so you see these. I'm drawn to the little boy that is now all grown up, right? Time is speeding by, right? Time is speeding by. Don't worry about the everyday choices. Don't linger on those for way too long. Do the things that fill you up, that make you happy, because those are the things that matter. Don't overcomplicate the things. This is really because we have the enthusiasm and the joy, the happy, book ending this right here. And then we have the soul card right here in the middle. Don't worry about the things. Sure, worry about them. You know, it's going to be a flow of things. And yes, you're going to worry sometimes, and you're going to go back to normal, and then you're going to worry sometimes, and you know, and that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't dwell on these. Focus on the good. There's more good. There's more happy. Focus more on those than those intermittent moments of, oh, I don't have enough. My money's depleting. Oh, I have to make all of these choices. I don't want to make these choices. Oh my gosh, you know, don't worry about those things. I'm also getting here, don't let the love die. Don't let the passion die, whether that's in a relationship or in the business or in what you do, whatever passion that is. Don't let it die. Don't let the flame die. Everything takes time and effort, and there's flowing of things. See, look at all the flowing's coming out of her hand, flowing's all around her. There's flowing here, there's flowing here. These are all over the place. Things are in constant motion. Anchor yourself in the joy. Okay, anchor yourself in the joy. That's ultimately what they're trying to say. Okay. And final, wow. Home. What did I say about the tent, right? Okay. Follow the leader. What I'm getting with this one is remember I said something about the tent, about God's protection. Follow God's protection. He is leading you. follow that. With the home, remember I said something about movement. A 10s can also be a home, a temporary home. So maybe the home you're in is temporary. Maybe you're, there's something here, or something feels like home. So take it how it resonates. Sacred pool, flying, bone collector, and details. Okay, sacred pool. I'm telling you, this is an uncharted territory that you're in right now. Doesn't feel like this is something that you've been in before. This feels brand new. So you're kind of still working your way through this situation, but it feels like you're going to be flying high very, very soon. And it feels like the workload that you've been doing is going to be, although workload is still coming through, it's going to feel lighter. And it feels like you're going to be, what's the word? Protected, but almost childlike. Like you're going to be enjoying so much. And there's this beautiful light around you. There's this abundance around you as well. I'm telling you, there's something here about wealth that's coming in. There's going to be work here. There's a lot of work, but you've got to be clear. The details are important in whatever job you do. There's details that you need to iron out before things start like expanding. All right, my beautiful Cancer. I don't know what the hell this is, but it's amazing. I mean, it really is. It's a mess. There's a jumble here. There's so much going on, but it's pretty miraculous if you ask me. All right, my darlings, that's what I have. I hope it did resonate. If it did, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, bye.